Hey guys, welcome to I'm Adam.
And I'm Bruce.
Oh, and what a world we live in. Yes! A game with break in the title is broken.
Maybe. It's complicated. Remedy Entertainment's latest game, Quantum Break, released yesterday on PC, which is just enough time for people to be massively confused about bizarre performance issues with the game.
And before we make this sound like the end of the world, there are plenty of people out there that sound completely satisfied with the game as well.
Yeah, they really do. So wait, so you're saying that a news story may not just be a one-dimensional slam piece where we mock a company that can't defend itself?
Why, I never. But enough tongue-in-cheek commentary. Let's get to the actual news that Lawrence does so we can just stand here and look pretty.
That's me.
Debatable.
Yeah, initial reports call it confusing performance problems and lack of support with new PC features. As usual, seems like a PC release that's stuck in 2010, but PC Gamer reporter Andy Kelly writes that the game's performance chugged at 10 to 20 frames per second, even on low settings.
Oh! Good.
Yeah, so that's real bad, but here's where it gets weird. The game's performance improved substantially once the shooting started. Yeah, so after a chunk of time, apparently, the frame rate jumped up to, quote, 50 to 60 indoors and dropping to 40 outdoors. So still not like the blazing fast, whatever the fuck PC gamers love nowadays, but playable, which is kind of weird. Kelly relates that it may have been the game unpacking itself because he launched the game shortly after finishing downloading it.
Well, that's the problem.
But gotta unpack itself.
No other game does that, and if this game does, shouldn't it have warned the player or made something known or had a little unpacking bar somewhere instead of just silently fucking the game up until it was done?
Well, Kelly admits that he hasn't played enough of the game for a solid opinion, but that he's, quote, glad my performance issues have largely cleared up.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't launch the game if it hadn't fully installed yet and then expect it to be perfect. The Xbox won't do that, and it lags a little bit every time I try and do that. So just wait for the game to install first.
Well,
That's what I
we're
would do.
old enough. Remember the days where you install the game, you go out for some tea,
Yeah,
maybe
it takes forever.
go to the bank, mail a letter.
It takes a long time.
Well, he said it finished downloading and it apparently said, hey, you can play it now. It's good.
Yeah.
Didn't warn him about anything, apparently.
WCC F-Tech reporter Alessio Palumbo is a little less forgiving, labeling the PC port yet another disappointment for Microsoft.
Disappointment. Palumbo's major gripes are that the game is unplayable with G-Sync enabled. You lucky bastard.
Yeah, I know.
And that even when disabled, the game still stutters constantly.
Yeah, he also calls out the general image quality of the game due to plenty of aliasing and blurry textures.
Palumbo also reports that disabling SLI seems to have no effect on the game's performance, meaning the game probably doesn't support multiple video cards at all.
So far, it sounds fairly negative for Remedy's newest Rudy Tooty gun and shooty, but some players aren't as incensed.
The gaming stalwarts over at NeoGAF are chipping in to a running thread on the game's performance, and shockingly, not everyone is howling for Microsoft's lynching.
Lawrence, how is that even possible?
Yeah, it's almost like people have different experiences and some of them aren't as upset as others. NeoGAF member Zetai writes that, quote, even in 1080p, in a game using cutting-edge tech such as real-time global illumination, real-time surface reflections, volumetric lighting and such, this game is gonna and supposed to hurt a lot of rigs.
Oh, there you go. That makes
So he's
sense.
essentially saying, this is a pretty cutting-edge game. Remedy is usually pretty high up there on the tech charts, so it's gonna fuck your PC up. You gotta expect that. Similarly, Poster Prag16 writes, quote, maybe I'm lucky or maybe I just need to turn in my master race card because I'm not discerning enough, but this kind of seems overblown to me.
Wow, good for him!
Whoa!
That does.
Welcome to adulthood.
Prag16 goes on to say that, quote, the image quality is definitely muddier than I would expect overall, and there's some of the level of detail popping going on, but I'm not seeing anything too egregious at all. A hitch here and there, but no constant frame pacing issues that people are apparently seeing, maybe because I'm not being too ambitious with the settings I'm running at. And damn if these aren't some of the best faces and models I've ever seen in a game.
Hey, we did it.
Good for him. I appreciate that guy. So some people are enjoying the game, and some people are dissatisfied with its performance. Sounds like basically every other PC game ever released, right?
Basically, yeah.
why the hubbub?
My Ferrari had a hiccup.
So why the hubbub then? I don't understand.
People like to be upset when they dump a lot of money into something and it doesn't work the way they thought it would.
Yeah, as usual, the real issue isn't with the game itself, it's something much, much bigger. In this case, suspicions mostly swirl around Microsoft's debut UWP platform, which stands for Universal Windows Platform.
The idea here is that all Microsoft products run on the same set of application tools, meaning you can build a program for Xbox and then just plop it onto the PC, and guess what? It'll work.
Yeah, it's a great idea, but in practice, it's impacted gaming performance in confusing ways, like a game that runs like shit for 30 minutes, then suddenly gets better.
Strange. Microsoft doesn't have a great track record when it comes to bizarrely restricted PC platforms either. Games for Windows Live, which launched back in 2007 and then was discontinued years later, is often referenced by scorned PC gamers for its terrible interface, frustrating DRM, and spotty feature support.
Lawrence, what's that counterpoint?
Counterpoint! You could get achievement points in PC games.
Woo!
I double dipped on Gears of War, man. That was great.
That's a weak counterpoint.
You and 6 other dudes.
That's a really weak counterpoint.
And Lost Planet.
Regardless, here you have a group of gamers that are worried we'll see a repeat of the past from a company that has previously demonstrated they're more concerned with platform control than product quality. Right, Lawrence?
Yeah, right. PC gamers love the PC platform, and I get it.
do.
I'm a PC gamer too.
I do too.
So anything that kind of indicates that the freedom and openness of the PC platform might be going away, that's a bit of a Chicken Little situation. So everybody's concerned that Microsoft is going to make the PC platform like a console platform, which is no choice, locked performance, no mods, no openness. So, you know, that's kind of the baked-in fear that these sorts of things start to bring up. And, you know, with these reports coming out, it's not really a good look for Microsoft's new attempt to invigorate gaming on Windows. For now, the only official word we have to go on comes from Remedy's Windows 10 FAQ, which does acknowledge a list of issues that the game has and some potential fixes.
And as a brief aside, the FAQ offers help with the issue that Jack looks like a pirate.
That sounds awesome.
I want that mode.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Apparently, if the DRM triggers, the game slaps a pirate eye patch on the main character.
That sounds great.
It's cheeky.
Yeah, that's really
good.
That's kind of cute.
It also calls the FBI, but that's a different story.
Aside from that, the FAQ seems to lay most of Quantum Break's PC issues at the feet of UWP. For example, when addressing SLI or Crossfire, the post reads that multiple GPU setups aren't currently supported by UWP and DirectX 12, which blows my mind.
Raise your hand if you have 2 video cards in your PC. Do it, Lawrence. Yeah.
I do. I got it.
You guys high five when you're at the Lamborghini dealership or what?
Sometimes we do.
Must be nice. Similarly, the FAQ acknowledges that Quantum Break doesn't support overlay software by saying that it's, quote, determined by UWP, and currently the platform doesn't support overlay software.
Okay.
Microsoft is aware of this and are working on improving UWP.
Yeah, they explain slow download speeds by saying Microsoft is working on this and trying to improve server caching. And they even subtly address Windows 10 exclusivity complaints by saying the publisher decides where and on what platform to distribute the game.
Given that Remedy Entertainment usually has a fantastic track record with PC releases, we interpret a bit of diplomatic blame shifting going on over here.
Yeah, we of course don't want to put words in their mouths, but the context of this release and the tone of this FAQ certainly makes it sound like Remedy is aware of the annoyances with this port and want to make it known they would have done things differently if they could have.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it sounds like Quantum Break is a playable, if suboptimal port, right, Lawrence?
Yeah, as usual, there are a couple ways to look at it. You know, we like to be fair and balanced here. Either we're lucky for getting a PC port of what would otherwise be a console-exclusive game,
Yeah.
or Microsoft is trying to control an open platform so they can toss more gold coins into their Scrooge McDuck-style vault of computer money.
But HoloLens.
I tend to be on the former side. I'm a bit of a gaming optimist, and I also think that given enough time, the PC community will crack this shit wide open like a walnut. You know, I'm not for closed platform, but at the same time, more games is always a good thing, and Microsoft call the shots. They paid for the game to get made. Millions of bucks. So, you know, they deserve to take their pie pan home at the end of the day.
Why does my character have an eye patch on? I'm confused.
Because you stole the game.
No, I
You stole the game.
but I just wanted to try it.
My mom won't buy it for me. How else am I supposed to play it?
I just want to play it for like 30 to 40 hours, and if I like it, then I'll buy it.
You should just email Phil Spencer. He'll give it to you.
You'll give it to me?
Yeah, he's a really nice dude.
He's a cool dude. I tried installing Audacity on a Mac yesterday, and it said no, because it's not approved software from their app store, and I have to go through the settings and say, just let me install whatever the fuck I want from the internet, and they're like, okay.
I'm shutting the computer down.
That's good. That's a good story.
Hey, can you hit full screen preview?
Yes. I can do that.
No,
for
I
you.
want people to know what we do here.
Now I'm there.
They use free software?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
What do you think? We're rich?
Happy April Fools, everyone. So poor.
I use a bicycle because I can't afford a car.
All right, we can start.